Do you ever start speaking English and suddenly realize you're translating every single word in your head? You're trying to say something simple, but your brain goes, okay, think of it in your native language first. Now translate it. Don't forget the grammar as well. But wait, how do I structure all of that actually? By the time you've finished the sentence, the moment's already gone. If that sounds like you, then you're in the right place. I used to do this all the time when I was studying English, and I know how exhausting it is. So today, I'm sharing the three specific habits that finally helped me turn off that internal translator and two small problems I think we have to fix first. One of the two biggest mistakes that can easily be fixed, and something I see in my individual classes, is the trust barrier problem, which leads to the long pause problem. It happens when people know the words already. Their subconscious mind helps them to use the right words, but they don't believe it, they don't trust it. They start suppressing that automatic mechanism that's designed to help us learn and speak languages, and the result, they freeze instead and start thinking, is this actually the right word or the right construction to use? It can happen before you start speaking or right in the middle of a conversation. It doesn't matter. But what does matter is that you need to learn how to trust yourself and that exact mechanism, because that is exactly what we call fluency. When we don't think of all these rules, we focus on delivering our idea only. Problem two, the accuracy trap. You probably think, what if I really forgot the word and don't remember it? I'd say that it is normal and that native speakers do this too. We forget words all the time, but here's the difference. If a native speaker can remember the exact word, say frying pan, like that thing to we used to fry eggs on. They'll just say that thing to fry eggs on. They just keep going. They use a quick phrase and keep the conversation flowing, as you probably do it in your native language as well. The most important part in speaking is actually speaking. When you stop to fix a mistake or search for a single word, you give your listeners more time to think about your level in English, not the actual topic you are speaking about. We need to prioritize momentum and clear communication over being perfectly correct. So, next time when you say a sentence that you know was made a little wrong, don't mentally rerun the sentence to fix it. As soon as the words leave your mouth, your brain needs to focus 100% on what the other person is saying. It's it's okay that you made a mistake. Focus forward, not backwards. Habit number 1, movies without subtitles. The first habit that you are going to use is watching movies without any subtitles. I see how many people, and a lot of my students as well, watch movies with their native subtitles. But when we watch anything with our native subs, we not only stop listening to what the original soundtrack is saying, but also are just reading the text in our own language. That question you need to ask yourself is, why do I watch movies? Is that because you want to know all the details? Then just watch it in your own language without subtitles and fully enjoy the movie. But if you actually want to improve your English, you have to sacrifice something for this exact purpose. I generally recommend never watching anything with any subtitles, pure sound only. The breakthrough for me came when I went cold turkey. I started watching films only in English, with no subtitles at all. Yes, I missed some stuff. Yes, it was really frustrating at first, but here's the magic that happens. You force your brain to process the English sound and immediately connect it to the meaning and the pictures. The actions that you are seeing on the screen, you're creating a direct connection. English sound, English meaning, English response. This is how you're this is how you build that natural, effortless flow that makes your speech more natural, fluent, and effortless. Habit number 2, translating whole sentences This one might sound like I'm contradicting myself, but hear me out first. For the most common thing I struggle to say, I created a list of the most common sentences I knew I'd use really often. I would take a full complex sentences I often said in Russian, like "надо еще подумать." I still have to think about it. And I would translate the entire concept into a phrase like, I need to sleep on it, or I gotta think more first, and so on. I bet that when you try to translate some sentences from your own native language to your target language, it comes out really weird really often, right? And that usually happens because of the word for word translation. So I stopped translating single nouns and started memorizing functional English constructions or sentences. And the moment when I had to say or hear another very common phrase, I already had 2 or 3 ready to use ones. That helped me a lot, and it probably still helps me these days. The more phrases become normal and common for you, the more you have to learn them, repeat and practice to make them stick, to make them sound natural and easy to use. Habit number 3, finding a partner to practice. For me, the biggest, most uncomfortable step was finding a native English speaker to talk to, or specifically a native English teacher. When I spoke with other Russian speakers learning English, we often made the same grammatical mistakes and understood each other with our foreign English. But when I spoke with a native speaker, they could spot exactly where my Russian thought structure was, showing through where I was translating the structure of my mother tongue into English, and they spotted it really quickly. Does that mean you need a native teacher now? Yes and no. A native speaker is great, a native teacher is amazing, but there are also a lot of people who have learned English, for example, really, really well. They speak clearly and sometimes even sound like a native speaker, if not better. Here's a bonus tip. Narrate your day in English. When you are making coffee, for example, think and say it out loud. I'm pouring the milk. The coffee is very hot. This forces you to generate simple English on the fly when no one is listening, which is the ultimate practice for turning off that internal translator. You go to take a shower, explain the whole process in English, like I'm getting up from my sofa, walking towards the bathroom, swinging the door handle to open the door. Oh, I forgot my towel, etc. You got it. Here's the big news about my channel. If you're learning English and looking for a well-structured course that will help you get from pre-intermediate to upper intermediate level and break that barrier in English, I'm launching a new audio course soon that specifically focuses on improving your speaking and listening skills, as well as learning essential vocabulary and grammar to get you to B2 level in English. If you don't want to miss the launch, there's a link below. Just use it to leave your email and you'll get all the news and early bird access as soon as the course is released. Stop translating, start speaking. You can do this. See you in the next video. Ciao for now.